Virgo, how you doing? So we are now here to do your, we or I, I'm here to do your 1st until the 15th of February. How you doing, Virgo? Hopefully you would have seen your monthly by now, but I can't remember your reading. I've got to learn to try and relax during readings because I try to rush through it and I end up getting very tense. So what we're going to do is, for a start, just for me to get used to these cards as the weeklies before, we're going to look through the moment before and then we'll look into the moment after for the present tense of what's going to be coming up. Okay, so the future reading pretty much. But also I'm going to list this as the 1st until the 15th, but I'm going to give you a 2-week time period from when you start to watch it. Because time can it can either be happened, or start to happen. Okay, so we'll look from the 1st until the 15th, but a 2-week reading from when Virgo start to watch it. Okay, but we'll see for the moment before. So show me what happened with Virgo. Show me what happened with Virgo from the moment before. From the moment before with Virgo. So structure. Someone was very, very, very determined in order to make things. Okay, there could have been, you could be going through or was going through an awakening and not realizing. So if you've been suffering from headaches, okay, then you could have be having an awakening. Okay, but this is stuff at home. There's a lot of things at home. There's also something to do with probably anything phallic, sex or anything like that. There could have been a lot going on, but I'm also picking up that there was a lot going on with someone to do with that, and you could have had some kind of I don't know, breakdown. Someone could have got very emotional and had some kind of breakdown. Okay, but let's see. So what happened with Virgo? But we'll see as the cards come out. But that can be there was a breakdown, but then you started to rebuild something, to work on it again. Okay, things around the home would have been a little bit disorganized. If you live with a person, there could be a lot of organizing to do, but there would be a lot of phallic kind of stuff as well, kind of discovery, to put it that way, for Virgo. So the 7 of Swords, well, I haven't seen this one. I haven't seen the Tower either in that one. 7 of Swords. So this is made a choice, is making a choice, is tempted to say that this was avoiding something to say about sex as well, and avoiding someone at home. You've got 2 7s straight out, so there's a lot of avoiding energy. But I think that I don't think there was a lot of distrust. I mean, if you distrust a person, then I don't know why people are with people. So I think that there was a turning of backs for a certain, to do with avoiding saying something to do with sex. Okay, but there would also be avoiding someone at home that would have been going through something. This could be your partner that was avoiding something at home. Okay, because this is trying to escape saying something and also trying to get out of the home. You might have been trying to get your partner out to say, listen, you're going to have to make some kind of decision and actually physically get out. Some of you they're saying someone got told to either get out or you just did for a period. Okay, I think also this was a woman's cycle of something where, I don't know, I think you and your partner were probably going through some kind of mood swings, both of you, that you were discovering a lot about each other's mood, but also to do with the moody blues, of to do with because they're keeping up something to do with sex and anything phallic that was to do with the moody blues. Kind of well, I'm trying to avoid it, but it's there, and I'm feeling like I want to do something, and I feel like I want to say something, but I also feel like you're avoiding that kind of discussion. So you might have been avoiding that discussion. That could be, for some of you, if it's not that, it would be where some of you were sleeping separately, okay, physically separately, but also avoiding a situation that is right in front of your eyes about a physical move from one home to another. So if you're thinking about leaving a state, or was thinking about leaving where you live, this would be you planning to get out of it, to leave. But how are we going to do that? Okay. But we'll see as the reading goes on, Virgo. I'm just really not used to these cards at all yet. Show me what happened in the moment before with Virgo. Because it's tempted. There you go. Tempted by a soulmate. Temptation with family as well. So because I keep thinking or looking at this 7 as if to say that they're tempted to take something, but they haven't. So it's kind of like, well, I was tempted to actually go out, like tempted to go outside of the relationship for some. Hopefully not, but I was tempted to go back to a soulmate here, like, or I was tempted to go back to the family, or I did. So if it wasn't a soulmate, it would mean that you physically went back to the family, or someone came back to the family. If you have children, they would have come back to you, or if you left, you probably went back to your family members to seek some advice about why things were. You would have had a discussion. Some of it might have been about with friends with anything to do with sex and the relationship, but it also would have been about how someone can be so moody a lot as well, like the mood swings. It has mood swings, and I need to go back to visit my family. So there could have been some kind of like mild separation for a while where you went back to the family to get some advice. But you can look at this as the other way, is that a family member came back to you to ask you advice to something to do with a pregnancy, or because it would have to do with that, okay, that they would have been in an altercation, and it would have been to do with their soulmate and the person that they had family members with, okay? So for some of you, it's kind of the same but different, that family members came back to ask, but that would be if you're a mother, okay, or a father, but they came back to ask you for something, and it was really to do with stuff that they'd got going on in their life that involved their kids or a potential child that could have been born through this card, okay, and that caused some kind of like separation between families, and yeah, I think someone definitely returned to you, Virgo, but that would be the opposite way around if you don't have kids. Because this would be going back to an old place of residency. Some of you, this was a resident in an old people's home, that you went to visit someone at an old people's home, or you were thinking about maybe a grandparent, or they're saying being a grandparent, or went to visit a grandparent back at their old place. Because I keep picking up place and like the old place. Like the old place is too old now and we need to physically move. But you could be seeing this of what your parents are saying, that, okay, we live here, but we're going to have to, at some point, start to renovate this home to make it either our home, and we're either going to stay here and make it more solid. I'm picking up solidarity, but to make it more solid, okay? I'm also picking up someone likes to smoke reefer, likes to smoke the solid, okay? Some of you, they're also saying that could be suffering from bowel movements or something to do with... Sorry, listen, Virgo, you don't want to know about that, right? But that's what they said. Something was solid. Something was solid. But it feels like someone's renovating, like a car or something, preparing the house or preparing something there that's going to help aid you, support you in this physical move to another place. Okay. What happened with it? Okay. I think we're kind of getting there. Okay, so eyes wide shut. Everything is up in the air that's taken. Everything was taken. It feels like things were taken. Some of you, this was feeling like it either was like your child or the soulmate was taken. Okay, because this is trying not to witness the fact that there's nothing here, that there's nothing there. So there was a lot of dreams, and there was a lot of subconscious fear from someone that was coming from somebody, okay? That there was a lot of dreams, and there was a lot of physical dreams, but manifesting itself as physically fear. That I'm worried that the soulmate's not going to be there anymore, and that they have more dreams than what I do. And that this separation partly is because someone is focused on something that they have going on in their life, to do with music as well, and to do with their family. And I think some of this was coming through for you, Virgo, to say that you might have like not be wanting to say something to this person about anything phallic or anything like that, or about a physical movement, that the option isn't there anymore, okay? That the choice isn't there anymore, and there is no choices and there is no option because someone turned their back on that, okay? So however that's manifesting into your life, because you've got 777, okay? 777. Lucky for some. But, because it's like taking a gamble. Well, I'm going to go back to the family just to seek their guidance and to see what's happening. And then what's happening there with my brothers and sisters is that they're going through something with their partner. But the parents are also saying that, well, we're renovating the home and that you can actually physically move in if you want, or you can just stay for a little while. Okay, so why don't you just stay for a little while? But it feels like the options have been taken and that someone returned something. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4. Yeah, someone was like really fixated on learning music or studying anything esoteric or anything like that. But physically, emotionally blocked for some of you. Like the emotions, like the love is there for the soulmate, but the emotions were just not quite on par. Because I think that they were or you were very busy. Okay. Now this is running backwards and forwards for the soulmate as well. This is someone that does a lot of journeying, because there's a lot of journey, because it's still like the Chariot is 7 as well. So there's a lot of traveling and a lot of journey. Now, for some of you, if you don't live with the soulmate and you're not with them, there's a lot of journeying because you have kids and you have family, and there's a lot of journeys. But there's also a lot of that you're dreaming about this person quite a lot, and that you might also be fearing that if you don't make this decision to say something about this, that it could start to manifest itself into... Oh, hello. Sorry. I didn't know you were coming back. That it might manifest itself back into reality of like that it's fear and it's not physically there, but if I don't say something, that it might start to happen, so I am going to have to release this and tell the person. Okay. Sorry, that was my soulmate. It's just my girlfriend just walked back in the house. She's gone out for the day and she's obviously missed the transportation. So there you go. So it was some emphatic, and there you go, 4 of Wands. So it's definitely the soulmate, twin flame. Okay, a lot of push and pull, a lot of understanding what their energy is and what your energy is, and if you did, I mean, this is the person that you're living with. Okay, so you're living with them. So someone's either gone back home to stay with their parents, and that they live with the parents, but they have a soulmate that doesn't live with them. Okay, and this is related to the parents because I get cross-matched by other people. Okay, and then I think that you've said this, that this happened, and this is now being said, and it's all to do with sex. Okay, it is, and it's all to do with like a baby, like a newborn child as well. Like there might be a baby that's in the oven. It could be a baby that's in the oven. Okay, and someone is like brooding, but also mooding and brooding and mooding and brooding. Okay. It is something to do that's phallic, but there's a lot of attraction towards your person as well. But the relationship that you're in, I just think that there's some kind of like understanding that was needed, because it was kind of like eyes wide shut. It's like, well, I'm fearing that they might have someone else, or that they have other things that are more important than me. And because I think that, I'm fearing it and understanding about energy to the point of an awakening, which is kind of like, can be like an emotional kind of breakdown. And in order for me to have that, I need to say something before I snap. Okay. So someone could have snapped, and you could have said something where it's like, I'm just so stressed out. I'm doing a lot of running around for family. I'm doing a lot of running around for people. And that at the moment, if you say something, I fear, or they did say something that you didn't agree with, and that there was a period of separation. But then I think that you made up. Okay, that you physically made up with them, and that you're back, okay? Or they're back, but you're back together. Okay, I think that some of this is coming through as parents that have this going on under the roof as well with their children that have soulmates and twin flames and relationships, okay? And that they've got theirs, you've got yours, they've got fear, you've got fear. There's a lot to do with like physical movement for a lot of you, where it might have been that, you know, we are going to move, but we are going to have to leave children behind. But before we do, we're going to have to make sure that everything is right first, so we can physically go to this place. Because there's place and there's a place, okay? A place of residency and a place where you live, okay? A place where you live, and some of this could have been someone that was in prison that you didn't trust, that went away for a while, or could still be there, okay? Because that is prison as well. And that something happened here, that they stole something from the home. If you was burgled, because this is burgling something and taking something from someone's house, okay? And physically taking up. Someone could have taken a child from you, and it was an ex-partner, okay? Or this person intervenes with your energy because you have an ex or someone, and that this is one place and this is another. Now, a lot of you, if you're going through the court system or anything struggling, that is also what's dividing you and your attention away from your physical soulmate. And some of that is why this happened as well. Now, for some of you, there could have been somebody that burgled something, and this could be them, that where you get the good news that they're not going to be there anymore, that they are going to be locked up, because this person would be locked up, and that would be you receiving the news, either one, that they were released and you're happy, or two, on the other hand of a cross-watcher, if they went away or someone, you get good news about that, okay? Because this has been given a chance as well, a chance, because it's not been taken. It's there for the taking, but it feels like, well, I'll give you a chance. I'll at least extend a night, a night out, a date, you know. I'll at least extend a favour. There's something to do with also a favour, well, at least I'll reach out to you and talk to you and extend a favour to you. So I think that the still person's still busy. right, Virgo. So if that's relating to you in any way, shape or form, can you please make sure that that you let me know that it did, just so I know that I'm kind of resonating with people. It really does help me, so I really would appreciate it. And also any share or comment, please don't skip past that bit. I really do need that. We're trying to get rid of the haters and to outdo them by turning something that's down up. So turn your frown upside down. Okay, all right, Virgo, so let's go on with the rest of your reading now, from the 1st until the 15th of February. From the 1st to the 15th of February, show me Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Please check all of your signs, because they really can start to relate and you can put the pieces together. Okay? Virgo, show me Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. So there you go. Handed my heart on a table. I am back. I'm back with the soulmate, back with the twin flame. Here's my heart. I extended my love. I think someone physically dropped on the word of, you know what, the only way that we can actually reconcile and resolve any of this is just by me telling you that I love you. And it would more than likely be a water sign that said it, okay? Could be Scorpio as well for some of you, okay? They could have that in their placement, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. But I think that someone did say, you know what, well, I'll just tell you that I love you. So, okay. So if that hasn't happened, that's pretty much what they're going to say, Virgo. If not, a lot of you could be single, and there's a good chance for you that you could be dating or meet someone, right? But you physically know them, I would say. You've got you're putting the feelers out, put it that way, Virgo. Let's see, show me Virgo from the 1st until the 15th of February, please, 2020. Thank you. Sagittarius. Some of you could be interested in a Sagittarius, okay? But healing something. This can also be a friend as well. It can be a friend. It can be a new person that you'll start to get to know. So it's either a lover or a friend or someone, right? Libra's here as well. You had this before. Someone had that. Sagittarius and Libra right back to back. So I'm not sure if that was in your monthly. Okay, there's a lot of business. This Libra energy here is definitely well, I would say is a wild one. There's some wild card, playing a wild card. I keep saying wild, or something's wild, or someone's wild. Okay, but this person's definitely got something to say. But you've got some decisions to make. Some of this is the court, you see. this would be the prison sentence or some kind of sentence, and it would be given by Libra here. This would be the person that is the... it's a little bit like Saturn in a way, because it's karma, so something needs to be more fair and balanced. So you might have a discussion about the physical relationship, if it's just one person, where it's... well, we're going to have to talk about dates, and we're going to have to talk... some of you, you're like working out like dates of... It's either with a friend or a person, but you're figuring out dates, and you're writing it down and jotting it down to say, okay, well, I'm going to have to plan everything. Because this energy seems very organised to me, like someone that's organising something. It could be your boss or the person that you work for, but is organising something, okay? They're definitely organising that they're going to say something. But I think some of you as well, that you're organising plans out or trips away with either a friend or your partner as well. Okay? Because you've got like two people here. So you've got Scorpio. Okay, so there's turning of backs between the Knight of Swords and the Death card. 4. It's going to take some work, and it's going to take some kind of healing. But Libra and Scorpio, there's a good chance that that's one person. Libra and Scorpio. Okay, there's a good chance. Because it's slow and it's fixed. Okay, and it's fixated on being Scorpio. So it could be rising. Okay, rising, because you've got Scorpio here. Okay, but they are fixed emotional signs. So a fixed emotional sign, it can be very difficult to open them up all of the time. They would do it on their own terms and conditions because they're a fixed water sign. Okay, so their emotions run extremely deep, okay, but it would definitely be on their terms of whether they would let someone into their life or not. Now, or if you're with them, it's just getting used to them opening up, okay? But also, a Libra would be very... people could see a Libra as judgmental, but they would make a decision for themselves, and they would figure that out and think, well, that's fair for me, so I'm going to choose me. Okay, and the people can see a Libra as judgmental or something like that. But you've got two kind of different kinds of energies. There's someone that's very open for discussion and going out and all that kind of stuff. But then you've got another person that could be like, well, I'm deciding and I'm thinking. And then you've got another person here that's also trying to like force. But I think that someone might get a sharp tongue off a Libra energy here. Someone could have a sharp tongue. Let's see. So again, you've got Libra kind of energy. It's standing at a gate of like, well, what do we do? Because these are gates here. Somehow I did hear like a gate of release. Because this is transformation and transformative. And this feels like someone that's going to be released. Released. 4, 5, 6 is released. Moved. Moved on. I've moved on. I just heard I've moved on, or I'm moving. Or we're moving. 4. So 4. So you got 4 and 4. So definite Scorpio with air in their chart. That it's between two. It's between two lovers, or it's between two things. It's kind of like, well, you know, we've got all of this decision that's here, but then we've got another decision to make here. This is a strange reading. I don't know. I'm getting some very strange cards out that I can't pinpoint what on earth it is. Okay. Because they're major arcana cards. You've got some major things that are happening in your life where you have an opportunity here of something. Then you have a different opportunity here, but this could be more of demand. Okay? And then you've got another energy that's facing this way of another decision. So it feels like that there's 3 things. 3 very important things: work, friendship, and love. Yeah, work, friendship, and love. That's what they're saying. For some of you, this is coming through because this is the child court. This is to do with your children, if you've got them, okay? And that would be like a mum as well that has this in their chart. And they're going through it with you, or they're going through it with one of your brothers or sisters that's going through something that they're having an argument. Because this is argumentative, is what they're saying. That some of these is argumentative. So you might see a lot of argumentative people around you during this period of time. But I really can't pinpoint this all on your love life. For some of you, this is with a Sagittarius, and that's your love life, with a Sag. Okay, water sign Sagittarius, but it's still kind of like Piscean energy. Or you could have decisions like, well, I've got a Sagittarius, a Libra, or a Scorpio. But I don't know who those people are that are playing part in this, because trust me when I tell you that readings will come through with your life of people that have these in their charts. And that's where some readers, not everybody, can get very confused and just tell people, yeah, this is your partner. And I don't want people to start running up the garden wall up into their head and think, this is my partner because of a general reading. It would never be true. It can never get confused with energy of being one person. Okay, so you've got a lot going on, but with people, there's something that's standing in the balance here, a decision that's standing in the balance of what to do, but what to say there. Okay, but that's what to say to a Libra, of how I'm going to come across or what I'm going to actually say or do. Because this is like the taskmaster, which is a little bit like Saturn in a way. Taskmaster, because there's some sort of tasks that because this can be like your partner or your partner's boss is a Libra, and it's like tasks. So I have to have like a lot of stuff to do, because this person also travels and is very quick. So it's kind of like, well, I've got loads to do for this person here, for Libra. I have loads of things to do for this Libra. And then on the other end here, I've got the Death card and there's still a 2 here. So I'm caught between Libra, and I'm also caught between Scorpio as well. So what do we do to bring this together? Okay. So 3, see, standing at the gates, 3 and 2, 5, ruminating thoughts of like waiting for something to change. It feels like I'm just waiting for something to change, waiting. There's a lot of, I can't put it any different. There just seems to be a lot of waiting around, sleeping, a lot of waiting around to be asked out, to be given a question, to either be given a question or to be given an answer. Okay, it's kind of like question, answer, question, answer. There could be still a lot of fear of like, well, I don't know which direction to go in, because I'm pulled in loads of different directions. I've got all this, and then I've got all of that too. So these energies can come through as your partner. Put it that, so please keep an open mind, Virgo. But it's 3 and 2. I'm pulled in this direction where I'm waiting, and I'm pulled in this direction where I've got things going on. But I've got 3 different things going on here. 3, and there's the 3, like I said, 3 different things. 3 different things that I've got going on. So we will dig deeper into your reading so I can start to tell you what all of this is about, okay? But we continue on here. It will be a lot quicker, and then we'll clarify some of the cards in order for me to break down who these are and what these are about, okay? From the 1st to 15th, you can find all of your extended readings all in one go if you join Patron, which you can find in the Show More section. Takes you over to Patreon. You can join, and then you get access to all of your readings all the time. Okay, if you want to reach out for a personal reading, you can reach out from the link below in the Show More section too, or you can join Becoming the Change, all the things in the description box that also take you to places that you can also reach out for a reading if you want one, okay, or places that you can join. You can also join Lucid Dream Tarot Music, where I'm going to be doing loads of different meditation music and all that kind of stuff at some point. There is one over there at the moment that did get released on this channel too, but a lot of things will be over there, okay? So thank you very much for your support, guys. I really do appreciate it, Virgo, and I will hopefully see you over on Patreon.